Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. As you know, my residence is in Louisiana, and I've been working with the Louisiana Shooting Association. We just got 4 very good bills passed in the legislature. It is not easy. It is involved. It's complex, and you got to pull together a disparate group of people to push these things through. One of the folks who really helped make this happen may surprise you. A Democrat. Yes, a Democrat. For gun rights. Joins us right now is State Representative C. Travis Johnson from Louisiana's 21st District. Travis, thank you so much for being with us.
Tom, thank you, and thank you for all that you do for gun rights. I'm so glad to be on.
Well, I appreciate it. First of all, where are you from? Where do you live?
Tom, I live in a very small town called Faraday, Louisiana, the home of Jerry Lee Lewis, some may know as. In a very small town, a rural area. I grew up in a rural area. You know, my uncle, Walter Johnson, he played pro football for the New Orleans Saints. He's an avid hunter. So no male in our family do not grow up without a little shooting and without a little, going hunting and not. And so that's how we grew up in my area. And so, I'm a Democrat, but I love to protect our Second Amendment.
Yeah, I know Faraday. I got good friends, Glenn and Fontaine from Faraday. You may know Judge Glenn.
Yes, sir.
So I figured you probably did. So, all right. So that's the whole background. I was wondering how does a Democrat come to be voting for gun rights? Because as you know, we've reached this unfortunate situation, and I do mean unfortunate, where it's pretty much considered to be a Republican deal to be for gun rights, and Democrats are against gun rights and are for gun control. And I've been saying for years that is not a good situation, because what happens then is the Republicans, the party itself, takes gun owners for granted to feel like, well, what are you going to do, go to the Democrats? So what's it like? Describe to me the process of what's it like being a Democrat who votes favorably for gun rights.
Tom, and I've never understood that notion myself. The Bill of Rights, the foundation of our country, and look at the Second Amendment. It belongs to we the people, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, no race. We all have the right to bear arms, Tom. And so I've always knew that I stand up with our Constitution, and sometimes it is difficult in our state being a Democrat. Sometimes my colleagues may not understand because of party affiliation, but I'm a proud supporter of our Second Amendment. And like I said, I think sometimes it has a lot to do where you're born at. Sometimes rural folks who we grow up, with guns, we hunt, and we do things that may be a little different from someone who may be in New Orleans. They may not understand, but I try to educate my colleagues as much as possible that the Second Amendment is a right that every citizen, responsible citizen, in the United States has.
Well, it sounds to me like you know more than you have more than a passing knowledge of this. I mean, and so I'm guessing you've done the research at this point, that the history of gun control in this country really has come out of racism in many ways. The Jim Crow laws, a lot of our gun control laws come out of that.
That's right.
So
that's right.
You made it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Finish your question.
I was going to say, you made an interesting point, and I was thinking about this as you're talking. Where you grow up and where you're from makes such a difference. You're from a small town near the Mississippi River in Louisiana. Small rural town. You grow up around guns. You grow up shooting. You grow up hunting. Versus, say, other Democrats in the legislature. And I've been there. I've been, I testify there. And they're from New Orleans. They grew up in New Orleans. They're from a big city. And I guess the question is this often more a case of rural versus urban?
I really do think so. But I also want to say this here, that some folks have different reasons to have a right to bear arms. As I've been in the legislature, you would be surprised how many women in the New Orleans and Baton Rouge, those big urban communities, who also once their rights protected also. They're a woman, they may live alone, they want to be able to protect themselves. So, I think it's also speaking points, as I think you included to earlier, that sometimes some parties may take gun owners for granted. We have to do more surveys because I think it's more people than we know who believe in the Second Amendment and want the right to bear arms. And I think sometimes we let different folks control the message without knowing how many folks support our gun rights.
Oh, I think you're right. And I've always said, a lot of Democrats support gun rights. The challenge becomes for a politician, for an elected official such as yourself, is if the people who are in charge of the party are putting pressure. Now, I don't know if it happens much on the state level, but certainly on the national level, if you're elected to Congress, you got Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi basically going to tell you what you're going to do, and if you don't, woe under you. You're not going to be on the committees and all the rest of it. Have you faced any of that kind of pressure from the party?
I have. And one thing about me, Tom, I'm a straight shooter. I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I believe in honesty. As been a black Democrat who's pro-gun, I've gotten a lot of pushback sometimes from our party. But I'm very stern on representing my district. Think about this. We are representatives, meaning that we represent our constituents. When I was campaigning, I supported the Second Amendment. I was endorsed by the NRA. And so I believe in being a man of integrity and believing in doing exactly what I say I'm going to do. I told my voters, all voters, that I will support our Second Amendment. And when I got in the legislature this year for the first time, I voted for all bills that were pro-gun bills because I told my constituents that. So I don't worry about what Nancy Pelosi would want. I don't worry about what my party in Louisiana, my Democratic Party colleagues would want, because I am there to represent the people in which I serve, and I will remain that person as long as I'm lucky and blessed to be in this position.
Holy cow. Representative Travis Johnson, we need more voices like you. We need more people like you. How do we get more people like you?
I don't know, man. I hope that everyone who's elected try to stand true to their values. And again, we must, because some folks are losing faith in politicians. Let me say that. So when we tell folks we're going to do something, we have to live up to our word and do exactly what we say. And that's why they elected me. And I hope that they have trust in me. I hope that I made them happy, because I'm going to continue to do everything that I said I'm going to do.
That is terrific. Well, thank you so much for your help. I mean, we're at the point now, these bills have passed out of the legislature. They're going to Governor Edwards' desk in Baton Rouge. And we really need as many people, the Louisiana voters, to contact the governor's office and say, we need you to sign all of these bills, right?
That's right. And let me say, Representative Blake McGass, and Representative Fontenot has done an impeccable job protecting our gun rights, protecting our Second Amendment and civil liberties. I'm just so proud to work with those guys. Yes, they are Republicans, and yes, I'm a Democrat, but I'm so proud of those guys and what they stand for.
Then, again, I cannot wait to get together with you. I'm going to shake your hand and thank you for all your help. Travis, thank you so much.